Most recently winning a Group 3 at Goodwood over 1.75 miles. He stays, he tries, he just needs to improve a few more pounds to get involved in a race like this.
Technician, well, he certainly did cause a little bit of a minor ripple last time when winning at Newbury. He got the better of a red-hot favourite in Mirando. He's always come with a big ticket, and he is not far away on official ratings. He also is a galloping grey.
Number 8 is Western Australia, Aidan O'Brien's third runner in the field. He finished third in the Vertem Futurity at this track a year ago and has since won a list of the race at Navan. He made the running last time in the Grand Prix de Paris, and at first time cheek pieces he looks likely to push forward and help make the pace.
Frankie with his game face on. Might his mount. Logician touch even money. Matt.
No more, Edward Chamberlain, no more. Logician at 10 to 11, and I predict if you fancy Logician, take the 10 to 11. I don't think he'll get any bigger. If I'm wrong, I apologise in advance, but the report's going 5 to 6 and 4 to 5 now, suggesting 10 to 11. It will not get bigger than that. So if you fancy Logician, my advice, for what it's worth, is take the 10 to 11. Sir Dragonet at 3. Sir Ron Priestley now into 7 from 16 to 1. A big gamble on Mark Johnston. 5 to 6. 5 to 6 Logician. Hope you were quick. Fastest finger time here on ITV. Il Paradiso at 8. Dashing Willoughby at 14. Technician at 20. Airfred at 33 in Western Australia at 50 to 1. Logician at 5 to 6. Not the shortest price favourite though to ever try and win a Ledger. The shortest price winner of this race came in 1897. A 1 to 10 shot. Gruff was telling me all about it earlier.
He's such a good-looking boy. Walking around the paddock, I remember at York thinking he could jump a Grand National fence. What did you make of him today, Jason?
Well, he's just tightened up so much. He looked raw and loose when he won off a mark of 90 at Newbury, but he was a 4.5 length winner, and then he tightened up to York, and I believe he's tightened up again. He looks more the man right now.
Like him, Mick?
Yeah, I tell you what, I nearly hit him because he came round the corner and he actually saw me and stopped and saw the stall. So he put the brakes on a little bit quicker than Frankie wanted, that's for sure. But, you look at him, he is a big tank of a horse and he hasn't really turned a hair down here. The others have just gone down past the start. They're taking their time to come back. So Frankie is now just chilling to meet them. So it'll be interesting to see how the other horses come back. Sir Dragonet was the first one down. He went down swift, but Donnacha O'Brien very much in control.
Mick, back with you in just a second. Let's see, Haley, the performance in the Great Voltage. My slight concern for this race is just he did take a hold early with Frankie, but he didn't know finish well.
Yeah, and Frankie can usually make it look like they're not pulling when they are pulling. He's very skilled at doing that. But as I said earlier, the horse is still quite raw and inexperienced, and he seems to be maturing the more he runs. And I think that, he's going to come on again from that. And as I said as well earlier, I think Aidan O'Brien's team are going to try and make it a stamina test. And I think that the bit of pace in the race early on is going to help him settle.
John Gosden has trained 4 St Ledger winners. Frankie's ridden 5. And Richard, what did you make of them going to post?
Well, I'll mention it because I haven't seen him very many times. Sir Ron Priestley moved, obviously dreadfully to post. That's what I'm throwing on him, but very scratchy. Now, his win record is fantastic, and I haven't seen him enough to do. I'm not surprised Franny's trotting him up, actually. As I say, he was very short, very scratchy, and I'm not surprised Franny's just keeping him on the go. His heart's all there, we know, and I haven't seen him go to post before, but if he was to run poorly, etc., you can just see that Franny's just been anxious to keep him on the move because he was very scratchy on the way down towards the start.
Good spot, Richard. That's a worry for one ITV7 player. 1 ticket will win 50 grand if Sir Ron Priestley wins. Of the 7 left, 3 are on Logician, 3 are with you, Kevin, on Sir Dragonet.
I think he has a great chance, Ed, and I think he's still a big price. Everyone looking at the horses in the parade ring here, Logician will of course catch everyone's eye, but this is a very good looking horse in his own right. He's by Camelot, who I would put up as the best looking horse I've ever seen in my life, and this fella has plenty of Camelot about him, and he has a not dissimilar profile to Logician. They both have only had 4 starts. This lad took everyone in Ballydoyle by massive surprise in winning his maiden, then bolting up in the Chester Vase. And I was really concerned about him going into the Derby. It was the fastest ground he'd ever encounter. It was the first time he'd run on an undulating track. And the step forward he took in terms of his sharpness was really impressive. He laid up quite handy in the race. He was in front 2 furlongs out. He's galloped all the way to the line. Aidan O'Brien has backed off him since. Forget about last time. That was a prep run for this. I expect to see big improvement. I think he'll stay, and I think he's the one.
Are they all down there now, Mick?
Yes, they are. Sir Dragonet is literally at fingertip touch to me here as he walks round. He looks amazing. This horse looks ready for today. I'm sure that run last time has put him absolutely spot on. What I can tell you is that Logician is walking round here. I know they were a little bit concerned about him being a little bit keen. I see absolutely no signs of that at the moment. He's over there on the far side, and he is very, very relaxed. He's almost asleep at this stage.
Well, it's all about Logician in the betting. Despite Kevin Blake's excellent breeding analysis of the Coolmore Stallions, Logician of 4-5 now. 4-5. I can see one ball going 8-11. Logician is not going to get any bigger. Sir Dragonet's very weak. Lots of boards going 7-2. Sir Dragonet. Sir Ron Priestley at 7-1. Scratchy Ron. Il Paradiso at 15-2 and 14 Spar. It is Logician, the favourite, by Frankel, who exploded on this track a few years ago.
Quick summary of the others, Jason. Technician for Martin Mead, who's had a good season with Advertise, of course. You've got Dashing Willoughby for the Marascottis, and Sir Ron Priestley for Paul Dean. Great to see his colours here. Names his horses after his mates, gives them a knighthood to boot. And for Franny Norton, aged 49 in the plate.
49 years young, one of the fittest lads still in that weighing room, make no mistake about that. And Sir Ron, if there's a chink in anybody's armour, he's one of those to find it out, because he's tough and he's honest. It's does he have the required class? Technician, the forgotten horse as well.
And there is Sir Ron and Franny, aged 49, as they go forward ahead of the William Hill St Ledger. And your big race commentator is Richard Hoyles.
This event
so Ron Priestley's last in. It's not how they go
this
down,
event
it's how they
is
come
now
out. It's
in
important.
play.
And he is the last in line for the William Hill St Ledger Stakes. 1 mile, 6.5 furlongs, final classic of the season. They're sent on their way. Logician jumped well, and immediately Frankie Dettori just grabs hold, and Logician wants to go on with it. So Ron Priestley's rider looks across, and Logician might have been asleep early, but he's awake now as they race through the first furlong. Western Australia leads. Frankie Dettori takes Logician back into midfield, the grey, as in second place Il Paradiso moves through. So early on, it's the Aidan O'Brien horses that are controlling things. So Ron Priestley just being kept a little wide by Nay F Road, but striding out perfectly okay now. And racing in 5th place is Dashing Willoughby. Logician, in order to settle, went back and is just ahead of the darker and second grey Technician, with Sir Dragonet at the back. So Western Australia is going to ensure this is a reasonable test as the field head up towards Rose Hill, which is 10 furlongs from the finish. And Western Australia leads by about 4 or 5 lengths. Il Paradiso in second, Sir Ron Priestley travelling comfortably in third, within 4th place Dashing Willoughby, head of Nay F Road. Still at this stage, Frankie Dettori more intent on restraint than moving forward. You can see his weight back in the saddle there on the grey Logician as they come down Rose Hill and enter the final 10 furlongs. Technician and Sir Dragonet
behind them and head over on the far side of Town Moor here. And Western Australia has really opened up. He's about 8 lengths clear of the rest of the pack now. His stable companion Il Paradiso is leading the posse in second place. Sir Ron Priestley and Dashing Willoughby in 3rd and 4th place, followed by Nay F Road next. Frankie content just to keep Logician just galloping quite comfortably towards the back of the field. Technician behind him and Rob Hornby, and still looking on is Sir Dragonet in the hands of Donnacha O'Brien. The leader, Western Australia, has come back to the field a bit now as they race inside the final 3/4 of the mile. In the William Hill St Ledger of 2019, they've got the entrance to the home straight in front of them now. Western Australia's lead by 2, and about to take over now is Il Paradiso. We know he stays really well. They're straightening up for the judge here in the 2019 Ledger. Western Australia from Il Paradiso. Dashing Willoughby on the inside, Sir Ron Priestley in there pitching as well. Moving forward on the outside is Naif Road. Frankie just squeezing a touch on Logician. And then on the inside, Sir Dragonet is creeping closer all the time. Technician a little bit outpaced at this stage as Il Paradiso for the first time comes through and makes his bid for glory. Just over 2 furlongs left to go in the ledger. Here's Logician on the left, who's been unleashed by Frankie Dettori. On the near side, on the far side, Sir Dragonet is now moving forward as well. But it's Logician who's in front as they approach the final furlong, and he's got there with a sparkling turn of foot, battling away Naif Road with Sir Dragonet and Sir Ron Priestley. But Logician has got it tied up, and inside the final furlong, he's going to make it 5 out of 5, and a 5th St Ledger for John Gosden. A 6 for Frankie Dettori. Logician wins it from Sir Ron Priestley in second. A wonderful run by Naif Road, and Sir Dragonet 3rd and 4th.